Hey there everyone, I hope you're all doing good. Today we are going to have a look at the Midi Fighter and how I use it in live and the way it is set up inside. We are going to speak only about this main page. The other one I showed you already are for samples, and those are for the FX that lives on the master channel. So first of all, I will give you a little example. This was a bit messy, but anyway. Now let's get into the details. Those yellow ones, I picked up the colors using the editor software. It's quite easy, nothing very specific about this. So those yellow ones are controlling this plugin, which is a Reactor-based FX unit called The Finger, made by Team Exile. Thank you, Tim. Love this one. Here we have loops. You can see here, loops, each of different length. And then here you have what's called wavetables. It's basically loops, but much faster. So those are chunking very short loops of audio. Then comp filter with a little bit of modulation to make it act as a flanger. Same thing here, but different settings. Degrade is a bit crusher. It's an automated filter, an automated bit crusher, and a delay. One of the great features of the Midi Fighter is its built-in accelerometer, which lets you map different controls by moving it around. When you push it this way, it acts as a mod wheel, for example. Let me show you a few of the FX that use this function. So the way you set up this is by using this little mod wheel here. Each of the effects has two settings plus a modulation setting plus the mod wheel modulation and velocity modulation. Little tips for the comp filter and everything delay based. If you put it full wet sometimes, if I remove the velocity of the pad will be maximum, which gives us a full wet signal. And I get almost no sound. This is why I have those set up like this. So it keeps a little bit of the drive. As the velocity is fixed on this, there's no other choice. But back to the mod wheel, you can set up the amount of modulation over here. Positive or negative modulation, depending on where you set up there. So here. The more I lift, the more the delay goes this way, which means longer delay time. Same with them. This is the loop points, and the more I lift, the more it moves over here. Which in this case make it a shorter sound. Also you can combine those effects, which can lead to very fun results. Nothing stops you to actually make your own settings like I did, and then use it in the studio to just mash up things, record them, and then use it as samples. I've done this a lot as well. Now, let's talk about those which are a stutter type of FX here. A tape stop over here. And a time stretch. The way those are set up is by using dummy clips. Let me move around. Those guys are hidden somewhere down the set here. So, what are dummy clips? Basically, they are clips with no audio inside them. As you can see, the audio is minus infinite. But you just draw automation on those, and you can apply those automation to anything on the channel. This is why I have this sum here, which is basically a master, but you can put clips on the master. That's why I have this one with all the audio going into it. Those FX are here, and they are controlled by dummy clips. So first, the stutter. I made it, so here is the stutter envelope. You can see there's something written on the utility one, utility gain, and it is just a shape that is applied to this volume here. So when I push this, you can see this guy move. This one, the red one, is basically the one with no automation in it. Everything goes at 0, so it's basically a stop button for those automations. The tape stop has a fixed length, so it always go back to the normal after a moment, which is quite short, but I like it this way. So this is the automation for the trigger of the tape stop FX, which is here. If I do it manually, this is what we have. As long as the trigger is on, the audio is not passing through because it's being stopped. Here it's nice to have the dummy clip because I can tell the tape stop to trigger after a little while, so we keep the transient and keep the hit of the sound, and then they being stopped. This is exactly the same with the time stretch. Show these tricks already in the breakbeat torture thing. There's just a little bit of audio here that is dry, and then it gets stretched and start again after the loop is finished here. If I do nothing, it will just keep on stretching, and here I have the grain size. One of the other interesting functions, as they are clips, is that you can choose the quantization setting to match the global one or to be any different depending on the situation. So I know that every time I trigger one of these effects, it will be right on the grid. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope this was informative and fun. See you next time.